Ooh, foreshadowing.
Hi, I'm Phil.
And I'm Kevin Hendricks.
Welcome to Pretty Good Cooking.
Pretty good.
Tonight on the show, Kevin is here to teach you how to
I
make...
got beer all over me.
Play it cool. Kevin's going to teach you how to make pasta carbonara, which you might remember we made 6 years ago, and here's the memory cloud that's appearing in front of Kevin's face.
Okay.
This time it will be different. Notably, there will be no cream or peas, and I will use my very vivid memory of teaching you how to make that 6 years ago to analyze Kevin's dish and provide a comparison.
All right. Well, I'm excited to beat the pants off of carbonara, all the cream and peas.
Alright, with that, I'm going to turn it over to Kevin, and I'm going to see if I can get Vinny to shut the f*** up.
So the coolest thing about this recipe is we only have 5 ingredients. Talk about cheese, bacon, eggs, pasta, and black pepper. A lot of people don't mention black pepper as one of the ingredients because it's pepper, but I always forget the pepper, and so I have included it in my list of 5 ingredients. So this is a cool thing. I can't cook without this anymore. This is a rotary cheese grater. It has a handle and it spins. It suctions onto the counter. Incredibly powerful suction. Here we go. Very good. I feel like this hat is as old as me. So this is a big block of cheese. Cut off some cheese. I don't know how to make this cheese grating sound more interesting, but look how easy.
That looks remarkably easy.
Right? There we go.
Damn.
And normally there's like a little plunger that you can push down this thing. I'm just going for about 2 cups of cheese. So good, right?
That's pretty handy.
All right. Oh boy. Moving on. So this is also where I add black pepper. Some black pepper.
What kind of grind?
Coarse is pretty good. I have this on the finest setting because I didn't realize what was happening in my life.
That's why I asked.
The other thing is you want to do your eggs before you even start any water because we're using the heat of the pasta to cook the eggs. So the closer these are to room temperature, the farther you are from salmonella, which sucks with incredibly powerful suction. Crack and split, great. One of the coolest things about Phil's kitchen is that his counters can be cleaned with soap and water.
True.
So you can just kind of, boom. And then we're gonna smoosh this into a sort of paste using a fork. So there it is, very good. And it's gonna turn into this kind of creamy yellow paste. Look at that, yum, 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 yum. So we'll let that get to room temperature while we get our pasta going. So we're just gonna fill up this pot with water, and then I need like a handful of salt, because as the Italians say, your pasta water should be amare, which means it tastes about as salty as the Mediterranean Sea. Yeah, I mean, these are all real facts. I was on Jeopardy and did bad, but, you know, getting on the show is better than most people do. Oh God, there's some salt on Phil's floor. Nice salty floor. More salt than you think you need, especially because we're not gonna add any other salt to this whole dish, because the pasta water becomes our magical 6th ingredient. What?
You said there were only 5.
Yeah.
Spoiler, you got to the 6th ingredient. Ingredients 7 and 8 might be cream and peas.
So let's get some bacon going. Oh yeah, it's bacon time. So we put this nonstick pan on the thing, and bacon is best if you put it in a cool pan and let it come up to temperature with the bacon already in there, because if you put bacon in a super hot pan, then it immediately curls up on the sides, and then you've got curly bacon, which is unevenly cooked bacon. Phil, are you down with that?
No, I can't stand curly bacon.
Oh, there you go. This is thick cut applewood smoked bacon. Real wood. Smoked. Right, Brand?
That's the good stuff.
And you should use the fanciest bacon, because if you get a bacon you don't like, this dish is just going to taste like what you don't like, because it mainly tastes like bacon.
Have you heard of this dish being made with pancetta?
Yes.
Or whatever the G word is?
Oh, you're testing me. What's the G word for Italian bacon?
I'm not testing you, I am ignorant.
Ah, gosh, I can't think of it. It's like Yargatanki.
You have 1 vote for Yargatanki.
Gajakaduka. It's probably not Gajacaduca.
It is spelled Guanciale.
Yeah, I'm waiting for anything to happen with these things that I'm slowly heating up. Long tongs. Alright, it's time for flipping bacon.
How do you know it's time?
I get fussy and bored, and then I flip it. See, this was too early. I could have let it go on longer. But it's not like a steak, or like even a steak you can flip as many times as you want. Controversial opinion.
You're gonna get roasted for that one.
Well, whatever. This water ain't boiling.
This bacon has been flipped a handful of times, which is perfectly okay to do. Kevin asked me to inspect the bacon for doneness and for crumbling. Now, I've worked with this bacon quite a bit, and I'll tell you that this will not crumble yet.
Right.
When the whole piece looks kind of like that, it'll be pretty close to the crumbling point, so it needs a little bit more time, I'd say.
Thank you, Dr. Bacon.
Dr. Curly Bacon.
Dr. Curly Bacon.
No, I'm not Dr. Curly Bacon. I don't like Curly Bacon. I'm Dr. Flat Bacon. Flat Bacon.
That looks like boiling water to me. Pasta! So this is, okay, I want to show you something cool about pasta. This is like slightly fancy organic spaghetti. And if you can look very closely, like with a macro lens, you can see these tiny white texture on there. And that tiny white texture comes from the dye that it's extruded out of. And that's gonna give you a lot more starch that gets into your water, and it's gonna hang on to sauce a lot better. So that's really gonna help your carbonara if your macaroni product has that nice opaque finish. So we're gonna get an amount of this that would feed the number of people you have, and then pow, right in there. And it's important before we start the timer that all the noodles are totally submerged.
Would breaking spaghetti noodles in half be considered a crime?
It's gonna make your food a lot
Phil.
less fun to eat. Oh, thank you for asking Phil and not me, because I have a lot of opinions.
I don't have a strong opinion on this matter, but I do sometimes break up the pasta.
Look, I'll tell you 3 things about breaking up pasta. 1, when you break it in half, it shoots pasta everywhere like little bullets.
Well, only if you're, lack finesse.
Okay, you know what? That's an amount of finesse that is much greater than the amount of finesse of my recommendation, which is you plop them in there, and you push them down after about 30 seconds.
Just like emotions.
Emotions. Plop them down and push them in. 7 minutes, kitchen timer, start.
Good work.
The recommendation on this pasta on the box, I think, is 8 or 9 or 11 minutes. But we want to undercook our pasta anyway, because we are going to do some fancy pasta cooking later that will make a difference. And that bacon will probably continue to cook after we take it out of the thing. So let's grab some paper towaya, which is Spanish for towel. If you burn the bacon, it will give your pasta a different flavor, but this is not...
Call that a depth of flavor.
It's not leaving a lot of burnt bacon on the bottom of this nonstick pan. It's a very good nonstick pan. So I am not worried about this bacon being too cooked. It'll just be nice crumblies with the depth of flavor. 5 minutes. So we got 1 minute to go on the pasta water. Now, pasta water is a precious ingredient, and the type of precious ingredient that it is an emulsifier. That's right, fat won't stick to things that are water-based chemically. So you want an emulsifier, so the starch from the pasta dissolved in that water will help the fat from the bacon become sauce for the pasta.
Is he right?
Sure.
Alright, so for this pasta water, I've got the strainer here, and I've also got a measuring cup down in the sink. It's very important that you do that, because you're going to want about half a cup to a cup of pasta water. And steam will fly everywhere. This is like cooking in a smoke screen, so hopefully you did a good job. I seem to have captured some pasta water. So we're just going to set this right there, and we're going to do a cool move here. So we'll get this plenty hot. It's already very hot grease, so we don't need to go too hard. We're just going to pour in, I don't know, eyeball it of pasta water. This process, we're going to deglaze the bacon grease off the bottom of this. And what you're going to see is that'll help release all of the browned fond from the bacon off the bottom of the pan. I call this part dishwater because it kind of looks like greasy dishwater. Yeah.
Has anyone ever done this before?
This boy is boiling bacon grease.
That's the secret. Okay, so once you have it at this point, once you have your sort of dishwater done, which is to say you've got water that looks like it has, yeah, like look at this long sort of surface grease, what have you. We're gonna put in the pasta. Arrivederci. And then we're gonna grab our tongs. So the goal here is this will cook the pasta a little bit more, and you can see this is already happening a little bit, but like if you look at the individual noodles, like beyond looking wet, they'll start shimmering a lot, which means they're gonna be coated in a really nice layer of emulsified bacon grease. So you wanna keep going until they look like really evenly wet and shimmery.
Please stop scraping my pan.
Oh yeah, I'm trying so hard not to. Here, I'll for Phil's sake, I'll do some paddling here, because yeah, I need to mix up the bottom of the pasta too. This coating that it gets, where it almost looks like a greased up wrestler.
It's clear that your sauce coated the noodles.
Right, coated. That's the word. Greased up wrestler was my choice of word, but coated is good too. So we're crumble the bacon right here in your paper towels. So we're gonna take this over here. We're gonna zhuzh that right in there. We're gonna turn the heat all the way off right now. Mix up this bacon so it's nicely mixed into the pasta. And then our nice room temperature cheese paste that we made all those eons ago. It's going right in here, raw eggs and everything. And remember, the heat is off. That's key here because we're not making scrambled eggs mixed with pasta. We're making carbonara. If you add any more heat to it after you put in these eggs, you're gonna wind up with something that sucks. It's gonna make a really nice creamy sauce, but it's not gonna have any cream in it. Yeah, I guess I should mention, never make this. This is this is just a big pot of bacon grease to eat. But yeah, once all of the white pieces of Parmesan are melted, you're done. That's carbonara. Bing bong. Then we just twist it up and serve it.
How's it look, Phil?
It looks great. Looks better than the pasta that I don't really remember making.
You don't think it needs some peas?
I wouldn't complain about some peas.
So to serve this, be very mindful of Phil's pan, but you can just grab a pinch, throw it down, give it a twist even. Ooh, that didn't do anything. Grab a couple pieces of bacon, and I think if you do a twist carefully enough, it'll give you this kind of ristorante style swirl, but it won't. But there's a nice food ball of bacon and eggs. Let me get a good bite here. Oh, I nailed it. Yeah, sir. Right?
It's really good. I think you did a really nice job, really like getting that sauce to come together. Because the noodles are very, very well coated. And you actually managed to have al dente pasta, which I think that takes some precision to like hit correctly. This is so heavy that I am concerned about eating the portion which is on this plate. But it is delicious. You did a really nice job.
You missed the peas and cream.
I would not complain if either of those things were in this, but it certainly does not need them.
I've had like 3 bites and I feel like I can't move.
Yeah, this is like coma food. Really good. Nice job, Kevin.
Yay! I made a thing Phil liked. That's how you do it. And we'll see you next time. Power pose.
Goodbye.
Power pose. Power pose.